Episode 150 of the podcast is here. We're getting right into it. It's going to be something a little unorthodox, a little bit out of the norm. But I wanted to do something kind of different because this is 150. I want to kind of reflect in a way on the show. He's eating a leaf. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to reflect. I've been doing this podcast for about 3 freaking years now. We're in 2023. I started the podcast in October of 2019. So just kind of wanted to reflect a little bit today. Parker's going to be kind of interviewing me, but we're kind of, it sounds like so conceited, but this episode is kind of just about me, to be honest.
For sure.
But yeah, Parker, take it away. Parker's been here 1,000 times. He's my best friend. Been on 1,000 episodes. So let's go.
All right, let's get it.
Let's do it.
So I wrote some questions down. He hasn't seen any of these, so this is going to be all natural. He doesn't know what I'm about to ask him.
True.
But yeah, let me just preface this by saying every podcast, you don't make it about you. So with it being 150, I think that's totally cool. I like the idea of making it about you, you know? And I tried to think of questions that people would really have.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't want to just come in here with some bullshit. I really sat down and thought about like good questions that people would want to have.
Because I want to have a conversation too, and I've never been – like, you know, people always ask me, like, we'll be drunk at a party or a bar. Oh, you do a podcast, right? Well, what made you want to start it?
Right.
And it's like, well, I mean – do you want to know, or like, do you just kind of want to, or is this just an open-ended question?
Yes.
Like, or do you don't really want to know?
Drunk and just asking the first thing that comes to your mind.
Right. Because you saw me on Instagram.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll just get right into it. First question I got for you, Slightly. What are your goals for the podcast 2023 and after?
2023 goals for the podcast. So obviously, just it not dying is number one.
For sure.
And I don't think it ever will. I just want to keep putting stuff out. We kind of talked about it a little bit before the show, but like, I want to specifically, like, this kind of chapter, this season, whatever you want to call this season of the show, because it kind of goes in seasons in a way. I just want to be more engaging and creative with it, just utilizing it more, being more how do I put this? Being more like better with my time. Kind of how you're like, you got to keep a budget with money. Well, you kind of got to do that with time too, in a way. And the older you get, bro, we all have full-time jobs. We have relationships and family and stuff. It's hard to find time to do this stuff. And, you know, we talk about this all the time, but just my goal is to just keep doing it. That's for sure. But I'm not just going to, I don't want to just keep, because I can put out a podcast.
Right. Yeah,
you're
good at that.
And I can put out a mixtape, you know? Yeah. But, like, will it be something that's, like, going to scratch my creative itch? Like, probably not right now as far as musically, you know? But, like, you know, with the podcast episodes, I could just have somebody's cousin on here who painted a picture one time, and, like, we just talk about that for 50 minutes. But I just want to... It's kind of hard to even put into words, but I really just the what helps me, keeps me sane to answer that question is just keep doing it and just finding ways to keep me more engaged with it. It's hard to explain, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, because like you've been doing this for what, 3 years now?
Just about 150 episodes. I've never done 150 hardly damn near anything, you know?
Yeah. And so you were at the beginning trying to like just throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, you know, find what works. And now you kind of know what works and what scratches that creative itch for you. So that makes sense. You want to like do more of that stuff to keep it more engaging and more interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What works, like we're all like slaves to the algorithm and the numbers in a way. And like, I know how to make a freaking clickbait headline title. I know like how to do that, but like at what point do you, like, we kind of, this fall when we were doing the stuff where we were talking about like current events and stuff, I kind of broke a rule of mine where I don't like to get into politics a lot, but it's easy to do that and get people riled up, you know, where we talked about like Gavin Newsom, you know, but like very you try, yeah. So I could, I could definitely come in here for an hour and just say some crazy shit about Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
But that's not what I want this show to be. Like, yeah, it's weird because like people ask all the time, well, what's your podcast about? And it's like, well, I mean, it's kind of everything, but also like just like I just want to have a stimulating conversation.
For sure. Yeah, and you don't want it to be a right-wing show or a left-wing show like, at all.
Oh, yeah, no. Just a stimulating conversation, dude. I would love to have someone on here who, like, told me I'm wrong about something.
Mm-hmm. Have a different opinion.
Have a different opinion. Because, like, I'm not afraid to agree to disagree.
For sure. Yeah.
And some people are afraid to agree to disagree. They have to, like, be right. And I mean, that's good content, though, or an argument. Look at the shit with No Jumper recently. It's almost all like drama stuff now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just want it to be a stimulating conversation. We don't have to just be cracking jokes the whole time. And we also don't have to like know everything about the freaking Aztec Empire.
Or quantum entanglement.
Yeah.
Sit down, girl. Okay, well, you pretty much answered that one.
Yeah, I mean, just keeping doing it, man. I'm not going to stop this thing. It takes a ton of energy, but it's like it's a good way to put it's a good place to put my energy. I feel like it's not like super draining.
Yeah, it's not forced. It's what you want to do.
Like it doesn't drain my spirit of every single will every day. Like I'm sure I'm tired of looking at the computer and stuff when I'm done editing, but like you know how that is.
It's way better than looking at a conveyor belt full of boxes or something.
Yep.
Okay. Question number 2. What advice would you give to other creators that don't have many followers / subscribers?
This is a good question. I've never been asked this. And I low-key wish I had been asked this before. And I try and tell... Okay, so what advice would I give?
Because nowadays, everyone's trying to have a YouTube channel. Everyone's trying to make it, like you said, it's about the likes, the comments. It can be discouraging for people. I know a lot of people that have said, yeah, I would start a podcast. That would be fun. But I can't handle getting 0 likes or 0 views. Like, I would hate that. So what do you have to say to those people?
I mean, you already know what I'm obviously going to say is, like, just keep doing it. But I'm just going to lay that base layer out there. But also, like, before you do start anything creative, make sure that you find like your lane before you start investing money into it and time into it. So like if you do want to make music, okay, you got to be smart with all right, you can do this. Say if you're an artist and you're like, I want to be a rapper. Okay, you can go pay someone for studio time, which would be a good use of your money, I guess. But if you don't really got it like that, go buy a $50 mic. Teach yourself,
Right.
But if you do got it like that, okay, go pay for some studio time. But like, figure that out. And you're gonna fail.
Yes,
you are. I'm not saying don't be scared to make a decision before you like take that first step. You're gonna take that first step and like fall, but like, I don't know. I don't really care about getting no views because I like being rare. And I know like this sounds really weird. Like that girl that you listen to, the Maggie Lindemann girl. Mm-hmm. I know she's got thousands of followers, right? Mm-hmm. But she's still like underground and rare.
Definitely.
I like being rare.
Definitely. I feel that. Because I feel the same if she was mainstream, I don't know. But the fact that she is rare, it kind of gives it there's something about it.
It's like kind of cool. It makes that person feel special like that. Some random person, I have a few followers, but like some random person who just knows me from this podcast and didn't know I did music or anything else, they're like, oh, wow, the person that likes the podcast, like, oh, wow, look at this guy. I found this guy, and he only has 290 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
I
fuck with that mindset a lot.
So, because that's how a lot of the artists that I've came to like and know and love to this day, that's how I found them.
True.
Was dumb low, like
SoundCloud era.
Yeah. I mean, Travis was big when I found him back then, but like no one was really bumping Travis when we were the SoundCloud Travis.
You were the first person to show me Travis.
And think about like I don't know. You gotta just be persistent. I mean, it's hard. It's not easy. I mean, I will say God works in mysterious ways, because in a way, yeah, this show isn't making me money, but the skills that I attained to learning how to produce this show and my YouTube channel got me my job I got now.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked itself out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did. Cool.
In an indirect way.
Yeah.
But like, it's hard. I mean, it's not easy, because especially now, everyone in the 90s probably wanted to be a movie star.
Yeah.
And there's only one Leonardo DiCaprio and one Brad Pitt, you know? And magnify that by like 100, okay? And now everyone is like, oh, dude, I'm just going to play the social media lottery every day and hope that this one video on TikTok like gets 1 million views and I can get a Liquid Death brand deal.
Right.
Like, but you're not actually a lot of these people aren't providing any value, no entertainment value. It's just shaking booty.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
it's true.
Which, I mean, kind of goes back to we had that conversation, like, can you fault the girls for taking advantage of the male gaze?
You can't. But that's cool, man. I like that mindset a lot, because a lot of people don't have that. Like I said, a lot of people are scared to start something new because they don't want to fail. They don't want to see 0 views, 0 likes. So that's a really cool mindset, and I like that a lot.
It's a slow grind. It's steady. You just got to keep doing it and just keep thinking that you're cool as shit.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Fake it till you make it. Dude,
or just believe in yourself.
Believing in yourself. Like, dude, that Kanye documentary on Netflix is crazy, which I already knew his story, but like, dude, Kanye was literally, they were like, shut up, Kanye, you can't rap. You're just a beat maker. And then like, he was literally playing them the All Falls Down song in the record label's office. And he was like, check out this song I made. And they were like, okay, Kanye. And that freaking song that album won a Grammy.
Yeah.
You know, and they didn't realize what was sitting there in that, on that CD.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I love that, man. That's dope. Well, yeah, that brings me into my third question. Who are your favorite podcasters / YouTubers right now?
Right now. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you my...
And I guess that you came up on. That kind of made you who you are.
For sure. Well, podcasters, I'll start there. I mean, Joe Rogan for sure. It's just kind of a given. He's just the
podfather.
Yeah, he's just one of the first, and he just took it to a level no one else ever has, and probably never will. Like Howard Stern kind of did, but it was radio. It was live radio.
Still radio, yeah.
And Sirius XM, and he's still doing it, but no one listens to Howard Stern. But Rogan for sure. I talk about it all the time, but No Jumper Show for sure, and like just the kind of just the underground aspect of interview the artists around you in your proximity, because that's all. That's kind of, I mean, that's what he was doing. And then he got big enough to where, well, first of all, he was in LA, so it's easy to just be like, oh, Lil Yachty's like manager. I had lunch with him the other day. You know, we got to get Lil Yachty on here when he has like 50K on Instagram.
Yeah,
and so that kind of and a lot of those interviews at the beginning weren't shit.
Yeah,
like they were just like nothing.
Yeah,
and then he got big enough, and then boom, X did the interview.
That's probably his biggest episode.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
it's got to be, because people would still watch that today.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I mean, them two. And then recently the Flagrant podcast with Schultz is just like, I just love that show.
Yeah, they do it right.
They do.
Good
Andrew
mix of
Schultz,
comedy and informative stuff.
Yeah, they have a good formula because, and this is another thing too, is like the way I do my show is like kind of different because I don't really fit like that traditional mold, because most podcasters are comedians. They get paid to talk, you know? And like, you know, I don't think that I'm just like outrageously funny. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I try and be. like, you know, I can crack a joke and like we'll have fun and stuff, but like with like Schultz and like Rogan's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, true.
You can literally name a podcast right now, Bert Kreischer. They're all comedians.
Yeah.
So it's a comedian-driven field.
Yeah.
And then now it's like turned into this saturated field with like retired athletes and like retired actors and actresses and stuff. But like, I mean, they have a story to tell and they have a platform, I guess. But
okay. What about YouTubers?
So
Past and present.
All right, YouTuber's my favorite YouTuber ever. That's a bold statement. Well, I guess you could say Casey Neistat. Just like he showed me. First of all, this man literally filmed a vlog every day for like 3 years straight.
Damn.
Every day.
For real?
Every single day, okay? And like he was just living in New York and it was like his daily life. But like, first of all, just the sheer commitment. You love Call of Duty and you don't play every single day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
to do something every day for 3 years is wild.
You might play the game 5, maybe 6 days a week, but you're not playing every single day. Yeah. You don't do any, you don't even, I don't even know, but.
Yeah.
And he was good at it. He would find interesting ways to be like, oh, I can't wait to see the new Casey Neistat video at 4 p.m. or whatever. And he lived in New York, and I loved his editing style because it was so minimal, and that's showed me a lot of how I edit stuff now. You don't have to do the freaking 2011 editing style where there's like a whooshing transitions and like crazy graphics. Like it was mostly just music and like cuts.
Yeah.
Like, you know, music and cuts and like just different camera angles.
Yeah.
And just storytelling, because that's really what a good vlogger does. And I love a good vlog. And vlogs are dying now, sadly. But Casey Neistat, and this is really, it's tough because, I mean, you cycle through them so much. But there's the Australian dude that I watch on here.
Oh, yeah.
YBS Youngbloods. He's not very big in America, but in Australia, he's freaking huge.
Really?
And I know this is so crazy. First of all, before I get into him, he is a Australian guy who does like outdoor nature content. He like fishes and hunts animals out in the ocean in Australia. Incredible content. 30 minutes of just pure like, wow. It kind of makes you feel like you're in Australia.
Yeah. It's a good watch. He put me on. It's a good watch.
I don't ever want to dream of doing outdoor nature fishing content, but he's just one guy that sticks out to me. And I would have it's David Dobrik in his prime was really good for me too.
Yeah.
Like 2019, like 2018 to like 2020, David Dobrik. Like, I don't even think anyone's ever been able to, like, I know whatever's going on with him now. I'm not talking about that shit now, but, like, dude, the groove he was in back then and his editing style.
Paved the way for Mr. Beast, you could
and then,
say.
yeah, Mr. Beast, too. Duh, I was going to get to him next. But, like, yeah, David Dobrik and Mr. Beast, Casey Neistat.
Did Mr. Beast, was he at the same time as David Dobrik? Were they doing stuff at the same time?
I mean, dude, Mr. Beast has been doing videos for like 10 years. So
Damn.
Look, that's another thing that goes back to the being rare thing. Mr. Beast, you know how he first got like started? Like what he was doing was he would literally do like stupid challenges. He would turn on his shitty laptop, press the record button, and he would just count to 100,000. He'd be like 1, 2, 3, 9,001. Literally, just like crazy challenges. He had one where he said Logan Paul 100,000 times.
Genius. I mean, genius.
And he literally, I mean, he's a psychopath when it comes to like analytics and like YouTube. All he cares about is freaking YouTube, which is, if you want to be good at something, that's how you have to be. But he didn't and like I watch all the podcasts Mr. Beast does because he's such a genius. He's literally a genius.
Yeah, he figured YouTube out.
And dude, he talks about how all he had was this little crappy laptop, and he just made it work.
Yeah.
And he is literally the biggest YouTuber of all time. He passed PewDiePie in subscribers.
Yeah.
No, 100 million of anything is crazy.
Yeah.
Much less YouTube subscribers.
Yeah.
That's hard to get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's impressive, dude. I'm right there with you. Those are all great podcasters and YouTubers, man. I think they're really driving that field right now, everyone you named. Sorry, do you want to say something else?
No, I was just going to say YouTube it's changed a lot. It's turned into something really, it's just different now. It's almost, dude, I will find myself some days not even, like I'll watch sports, but sometimes I won't even turn the games on or turn Netflix on, and I will just watch YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
of people.
Quite a lot of days, to be honest.
Yeah.
YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah, as soon as I sit down to like eat a meal or something, it's YouTube or Twitch, but mostly YouTube.
Mostly YouTube.
Okay, well.
And one more thing, sorry.
Yeah.
The production quality in YouTube videos now are turning into like full-size movie productions now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I want to talk about it a little bit at the end, but the paranormal stuff, these guys, Sam and Colby, I just found them. Apparently, they used to be Viners, and they did a Joe Rogan, and I watched it. It was literally one of the best. It was the best Rogan I've watched in a couple years, to be listened to in a couple years. But their videos are like, it looks like a Zach Bagans Travel Channel Ghost Adventures show.
Yeah.
But it's low key better. It's not like like, you know, Jordan Peele, how he does, like he did Get Out, how it's like he makes comedy horror movies.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're doing. It's like funny, but also scary as fuck because it's real.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, I really recommend that to you and everyone because I've been binging. That's my thing right now.
Yeah.
I get obsessed with shit for a small period of time.
Same.
Mine right now is the Sam and Colby YouTube channel. They're like hour-long videos.
Okay.
But
that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the
Shout
next
out
thing.
to Sam and Colby.
Yeah, they're awesome. And they're like really pure too. They're not like douchey. Like they're really
Like
pure.
Zach Bagans.
Like Zach Bagans.
Okay.
Shout out to Zach Bagans.
Hey. We love Zach Bagans over here. All right, next question. Kind of changing gears here, switching gears. Bonnaroo 2023 expectations and why people should go.
I'm glad that you asked this because I was going to.
Dude, I know you, bro. That's why we're best friends, bro.
Earlier today, I was like, "Oh, I can't." Or last night when we were playing the game, I was like, "I can't wait for the episode." I wanted to talk a little bit about Bonnaroo and paranormal stuff, but Bonnaroo, and I forgot about it until you said that. So thank God, dude. What was the question? Expectations for this year?
Yeah, expectations and why people should go.
All right, 2023 expectations. This is going to feel, and this is, I've been to Bonnaroo 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This will be my 8th Bonnaroo.
Damn.
Okay? So, or my 9th. I don't know.
9.
This will be my 9th Bonnaroo-ish. Last year didn't feel like Bonnaroo, and I can't really fault them for that because of it being canceled for 2 years. COVID, and then imagine, this is just an analogy, but like imagine the NFL didn't play for 2 years. How shitty the games would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about it. Like if the NFL's paused for 2 years, how like the scores would be low. Like people would probably be getting hurt. It would just
feel like football.
No, it wouldn't. Like you can practice for 2 years all you want, but like it's not game speed. It's that is exactly how it felt last year. It was still Bonnaroo. Loved being off of work for that week. You know, I got to spend time with my great friends. Got to get closer to some people I wasn't, close with. And that's what Bonnaroo's for. And that's going to happen no matter the freaking lineup. But when there is a good lineup, it is literally, there's no place I would rather be on like earth. I love music
I
to
second
death. I love music to death. When you don't have to worry about anything, literally, but just eating and just literally just having fun. Is that such a bad thing to want to be like happy?
Yeah. I was telling Peter that
Why
today.
do I feel guilty?
Yeah. Like we just get so caught up in this life, bro, in the matrix, you know, and it's a good reset, man. To really get back in tune with nature and yourself.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too, honestly. Just being outside, like today, for instance, I was outside 3 times, and that was to take her out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm working from home a lot now, and we got to get back connected to. There's something with the, you know, as Liver King said, your 9 ancestral tendencies or whatever the hell he was saying. But like, there is some truth in that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Native Americans were very in tune with this land specifically, you know, and they built some great things here. And like, look at us now. We're kind of like, we're cooped up in this apartment. I have a neighbor right here. I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
He's a sweet guy. We say hey sometimes, but he works third shift. Couldn't even tell you his name.
You stay 100 feet.
Yeah. He
away
literally probably sits in that same area and plays his game while I'm playing mine. So,
Yeah.
and then, so that kind of leads me to that too, is like the community, the sense of community at Bonnaroo. Like, you go to Kroger, bro, and you can feel like sometimes like at a crowded grocery store, like the tense nature. It's like, and then COVID on top of that too kind of made everyone kind of scared a little bit. But like, you can't just like walk up to someone in Kroger and be like, at the beer section and be like, hey, do you like these blue moons? They would probably be like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but at Bonnaroo, hey, have you ever had a cherry White Claw? And then to a random person, no context, and then just walk away, and they would answer it. No, I actually haven't. Okay, see ya.
Yeah, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
It wouldn't be awkward.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. So to kind of wrap that up, to come back full circle, this year, it feels more like Bonnaroo. They had a year to see kind of what didn't work last year, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it sucked. I'm really not. But MGK as a freaking like co-headliner is wild to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Put him at Bonnaroo, sure, whatever. But like as the second to last show or whatever, the third to last show, like that's wild. That's not Bonnaroo.
Yeah. For sure.
And yeah, I've been I haven't felt this excited about a Bonnaroo since like 2018, to be honest.
I'm excited too, man. I think it's going to be hella fun. I'm right there with you.
I'm hype. It's just, and anyone should go, or at least try and go if you can. I mean, it's hot. If you can handle some heat, and it's just fun, man. I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but I literally would not rather be anywhere. And like the vlogs I've done the last three years, like, yeah, the last 2 I put out did pretty well performance-wise. Every time a Bonnaroo announcement comes, like on Twitter, the lineup comes or something, there's a little bump in views. People, like the YouTube algorithm pushes it out.
Yeah.
Like that's great, but I really don't even do it for that. I do it to like capture that moment.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
so we can watch it in January. You know, right in May 30th, like 2 weeks before Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
And for us, me, you know, for me, I mean, I'm kind of like documenting me and Myleena's relationship too, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
This is whenever right before Nate went to move to California. Like, this was like the 2 weeks before that. So
I like that, man.
it's like your true self. You
can, 100%.
You can be you. And like I just feel really excited about
it's
this
the easiest place to be you.
Yeah.
Maybe in the world.
You just worry. You literally worry about how many shows can I make in a night, and like just drinking water.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure I'm eating. Have I eaten in 3 hours?
Call your mom in the morning and, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know.
I second that, man. Everyone should go for sure. I want to switch to the Instagram questions, but I'm looking at them here. Shout out to Nikki. He said, who or what inspires you to keep creating content? Love the podcast, man. We kind of touched that. It's kind of the exact same question I asked in the beginning, and you kind of answered it.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll touch on it, though. I mean, I just want to show people that you can do all this on your own. Or, like, you can be your biggest fan and, like, your biggest supporter. Like, you don't need, like, dude, we were just talking about this before. We got 100,000 views on that TikTok clip, but, like, I didn't even think that was our best clip. I wasn't even the most excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I love all of our clips, but, like, some of my favorite shit are some videos that have, like, 3 views on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like the chicken wing video I was talking about. Like, that's, like, the gold.
Mm-hmm.
But it just inspired. I just want to show people that as long as you're doing what the hell you want, like, you're winning.
Yeah.
And don't really care, dude. Like, honestly, this is like such a basic scenario, but imagine if Kanye would have just walked out of that office for the last time.
Yeah, if he got discouraged
and was
gave
like,
up.
They don't want to hear All Falls Down. And I guarantee you put on All Falls Down at the bar right now, 9 out of 10 people are going to know it, and 7 out of 10 are going to sing it.
Dude, that's gold right there. Y'all need to listen to this. Y'all creative people that are just starting out, that's gold right there. Next question, shout out to Zach Long. What is/was the hardest part of the creative process with your podcast?
I mean,
I guess it's kind of the same.
Oh, no, I have an answer, though. Just a specific answer was the beginning. Dude, just learning, it goes hand in hand with what I just said, but learning how to work all the equipment, learning how to run this whole thing from the equipment to the editing to, like, I can't even put it into words how, like, frustrating it is to literally just put hours into one thing and just not know how to do it. And just Google. I'm on, like, page 15 of Google, Reddit, trying to figure out why the audio doesn't match the freaking video because of the freaking the megabytes per second is a different file size. Like, I'm speaking straight Chinese to some people right now, but, like, that was discouraging at first, but I knew I had to figure it out. And now, dude, I can do a freaking podcast like we haven't made a song in, like, a year or two, but we could pop on FL and cook up a beat, you know? But think about how frustrating it was at first.
Yeah, I mean, I stream on Twitch, same thing. It's like anything you do like that, you're not going to be good at it. You're going to go through that learning process, and it is very discouraging.
Yeah.
But something that would take you, like, 30 minutes to do now, it used to take you, what, like,
hours.
3 hours.
Dude, hours.
Yeah.
Like, figuring out how to line up the audio, and then I export the video, and then I put it on YouTube, and only 8 minutes of the 55 comes out, and I'm like, hey, what the hell happened here? Oh, I just had to wait until I had to wait until it fully rendered from iMovie and copied, like, just little tiny knick-knack things, and then just like now, like, dude, I have great mic quality. Back then, the mics were still really good, but, like, I used to get discouraged and be like, dude, I'm using these cheap Yeti mics, like, but, like, honestly, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's recording, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The
content's good.
Yeah. Because, like, dude, we can like have the nicest stuff and just be boring and, like, shy and stuff on camera, and then no one will want to listen to that.
Definitely.
But also, you can be Andrew Schultz and just have a freaking iPhone pointed at Andrew Schultz, and you know that he's going to say some funny ass shit.
That's
and
true.
He's going to get more views in 5 minutes than I've gotten in 10 years.
That's true. I think a lot of people think if they get the best stuff, that's going to equal more views.
Yeah,
but
quality.
You're right. It's about the content for sure.
Yes.
Next question is from your brother. Shout out Kobe.
Okay, I did see.
I don't know what this means, but what is your opinion on the Battle of Hastings?
Okay, so the Battle of Hastings, I don't have much of an opinion. I just know that it was a war about 1,000 years ago. Okay.
All right. And we can just leave it
And
at
another
that.
thought I have about Hastings, R.I.P.
Oh, damn. I
Um,
forgot about Hastings. Holy fuck.
Just a random tidbit. This has nothing to do with any of this, but Hastings was shutting down in Murfreesboro, and everything was on sale in there, and I got 2 Dragon Ball Z DVDs from there. Just got like 2 episodes on each. So
yeah.
there's Hastings. There's something. You see how I just turned that into.
Love that.
So yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Kobe. Next one is from Gerard. This is the last one. Who have been your top 5 guests so far?
Okay. So I'm gonna scroll through here a little bit. I'm gonna shout some. I'm not gonna. I don't want to do like a definitive top 5 list. I feel like that's. I mean, we're at 150 episodes now, but let me scroll through here real quick. Well, the first one that definitely comes to mind is Evan Dupree.
Yeah.
Can't believe I still can't believe I did that.
Yeah, that
he
was really
came
cool.
on here to announce his album.
Yeah.
Came up here. Evan Dupree is, I dead ass think, the coolest person I've ever met in my life.
He's a cool dude.
I'm
Cool dude.
so serious. Like,
Love Evan.
to me, talented, and he's genuinely really nice. He's really good at what he does too.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about it a little bit before, but the chicken wing. So Devin, Monte, and I, we did a spicy chicken wing, literally from this place called Party Foul. It was the worst 50 minutes of my life, but looking back on it was like, I just can't. You could just see the panic in all of our eyes, and like, it was just pure chaos. So that's a couple.
Y'all need to check that one out. If you haven't seen
That's a
it, go
good one.
watch it.
Let's see. I need to delete some of these. Not really, but there was one that I got really drunk.
The one with Clint.
Yeah.
Y'all got hammered on
Me
that
and
one.
Clint got drunk as shit, and I don't even think I've seen Clint since then. That was like 2 years ago. So there was one that I did with, I'm looking here, this is 2 years ago, episode 58. This one kind of sticks out to me with Spencer Johnson and Ty Weatherly.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, looking back, I didn't think about this when that came up, but I'm scrolling through here, and that was a really good conversation about movies.
Oh, yeah.
We had just like a really in-depth conversation about film and like actors and shit, and it was just like, I was like, damn, we got to end this. Like,
Yeah.
this is going on way too long. Let me shout one more. Let's go down to the bottom, man. If you go back, I would just recommend you guys go back and just look at the the evolution of the quality and how many different set changes there's been. There's been about 10 of just like different couches and stuff. We found something a little more better with this. Let's see. I'm going to shout out. Okay, I'm going to do episode 42 with Kent. You remember Asian Kent?
Yeah.
We talked. He's first of all the nicest, sweetest guy ever, and we talked about cosplay. He does like cosplay. You know what that is? Where so like you wear like a Vegeta costume and
Yeah,
go to
but it's like accurate as fuck.
So we talked about that, and then he put me on kombucha. We drank some kombucha. You know what that is?
I don't. Maybe.
So it's kind of like tea, but not really like at all. It's a probiotic, which is supposed to be good for your gut health. It has like this bacteria in it. But yeah, that's just a few. But yeah, shout out to those guys. But
Yeah, but shout out to everyone that's been on the podcast.
shout out to
you
everyone
know?
who's contributed. That's why I said I didn't want to just do a top 5 guests. I mean, the last one I did with Gerard and Matthew was really good.
Yeah,
but that's
if he left you out, don't get butthurt.
yeah.
Like,
That was
150 episodes. That's a lot.
And dude, I will say this too, man. I think after I did the show with Will and Josh, I pretty much think I've had damn near everyone I know on here. I don't know who hasn't been.
Yeah.
Even Presley came on
Yeah.
once. Mylena's been on a few times. Psalms' cousin has been on twice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. It's been a good ride for sure. Lots of good guests. Let's see. Switching gears here again. I'm just trying to touch everything that you're into to give people a good, idea of what you like and stuff. College basketball picks and just all around betting advice for people that are just gamblers out there.
Okay. College basketball picks. I mean,
just because it's college basketball season, and I know that's what you're into right now.
I would say, all right, let's do college basketball first. First of all, you gotta honestly, college basketball specifically, you kind of gotta watch everything, because, like, I'm talking like, if there is a freaking UAB versus FAU game on, it kind of matters to the grand scheme of everything, because let's say UAB played Illinois in the second game of the year and they only lost by 3. Okay, well, the spread, FAU is like a 10-point favorite. What if that's a little too much because Illinois is a good Big Ten team? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
And that matters a lot more in basketball than it does in football. Because football, okay, yeah, Bama only won by 3 against A&M, but I'm still taking a -14 against freaking Vanderbilt.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, I would be willing to say it matters in basketball almost more than any other sport.
I think so, too, and anyone can get beat, too,
in
basketball.
Yeah. Temple just beat Houston.
It's hard to – football is like literally in my life, I watched Michigan lose to Appalachian State, and I've seen – that was one of the craziest upsets. I think it was the craziest upset in football history. And then, like, there's been, like, 2 or 3 other FCS schools to beat, like, a FBS school. Not even just, like, a ranked team. Like, Middle beating Miami this year. Geeked. Middle beating Miami this year ranked – they were, like, 24th in the nation. Was, like, an insurmountable upset, but it really wasn't because Miami actually sucked. They actually turned out not to be good.
Right. Yeah.
And then just betting advice. Stay away from like crazy freaking like parlays and shit. And don't bet like more than a couple bucks at a time, to be honest. If you're in my demographic watching this, we probably got this pretty much the same amount of money. Don't bet more than a couple bucks at a time. Like, I'm talking period. I don't care if it's $1 to win like 10. Think about what you just did. You just turned $1 into 10. You can't do that doing anything else.
Right. And you can look at it like, oh, if I would have bet 10, I would have got 100. But think about if you lost, you only lose $1.
Yes.
And that really is nothing.
So say you have. This is how I bet. And I'm out of money right now, so I'm not gonna keep loading it up. First of all, that's one big thing. Don't just keep loading that shit up. But say I put $10 in, I look at that as I have 10 parlays. But like not like 10 30 leg parlays, like 10 3 to 4 at maybe plus 400 odds parlays. And then if I feel really confident on one, I might put 5.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing I've just been doing recently is just I will get, if I say I turned 5 into 40, like that's kind of been the thing with college basketball. I'll hit 3-leg parlays. I'll pull out like 30 of those dollars directly. That way I'm not just playing with it.
Yeah, because you'll eventually lose.
Because you will.
If it's just sitting there.
And they always win.
Vegas always wins. Remember that, kids. Vegas always wins.
I say my biggest thing is just to don't bet more than a couple bucks. I don't even care if y'all think that's lame, but like, do you guys like to be broke? I think betting is fun. I think betting can be fun, and it is fun, especially if you win. But like, would you rather? All right, so you had $10. You lost your 10 at the beginning of the night. Wouldn't you rather have 9 more chances?
Yeah, that's how you got to look at it. Vegas makes money off people that think the other way.
Oh, if I put 10 at this plus 4, I could win fucking $400 right now.
Yeah,
that's
how Vegas makes money. If people thought like you, it would be a lot better. But that's good advice. I just wanted to ask that.
Yeah, that's just obvious shit too. But like, it's just being smart. I'm so like stingy with my money too, anyway. But it's fun to do. It gives me something to do. It's like, it's fun.
Yeah, it makes the games a lot more fun to watch when you have money on them, for sure. Okay, staying on the sports topic, Super Bowl predictions.
So
Because now it's, we're almost in February. Super Bowl's coming up.
Mhm.
Who do you think it's going to be? This will be fun to look back on.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got the Eagles and the Niners, right?
Mhm.
And then the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Yep.
All right, Chiefs and Bengals. Dude, I'm low-key. I like the Bengals.
Me too.
Especially if Mahomes is hurt.
Yep.
And so it went from +1 to -1, which is
Bengals?
Bengals were +1 or +2 at one point. And then, like, Patrick Mahomes is still questionable, and now they're -1. The Bengals keep burning me, too. So
Yeah.
there's that. All right, so, and then watch, I'm going to take them, and then they're going to get blown out by freaking, who's their quarterback? Who's the backup?
Oh.
Who's the Chiefs' backup? Fuck. He played a little
Couldn't
bit.
even tell you.
I'm blanking. I can't remember. Watch him just have a 500-yard game, but I kind of like the Bengals, man. They're not like the best team, but they just win.
Yeah, they just work somehow.
Joe Burrow's pretty damn good. Maybe Joe Burrow's really just that guy.
I mean, he is him, but did their O-line get better from last year? Is that what it is? Is that the biggest difference?
I think so. And, dude, and they had a shitty O-line last year, and they fucking still went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
He got sacked 27 times in the playoffs, but I like the Bengals, though. Especially, I don't know. I just like the Bengals.
I'm with you.
And that's just my gut. And then 49ers and the Eagles, I think that's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to go with the Eagles. I don't really know, man.
That's what I picked, too.
I'm excited to watch that game the most, to be honest, because they seem pretty evenly matched. The 49ers have a crazy good defense.
Mm-hmm.
But Jalen Hurts is really fucking good.
Yep.
And they have two really good receivers. I don't know. I'd like let's say Bengals, Eagles. Who the hell would have picked that at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
And then I just can't see. I don't know. I think the Eagles will probably win it all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're looking nice, man. I can't lie.
I think the Eagles will probably win it all, especially how they looked in the who'd they play? The Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Especially how they looked against the freaking Giants. I mean, the Niners are really good, too. They got McCaffrey, but they're starting freaking Brock Purdy.
I know.
Was
he the last pick in the draft?
He was the last pick in the draft.
That's unreal.
And he's 9-1 right now, or like 8-1.
Yeah. That's insane.
I mean,
I don't know if it's just like beginner's luck or if he's really that guy.
Okay. Think about the storyline of this.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's 4. I feel like all 4 of these teams, minus the Bills, maybe, like, we're supposed to be there. Like, I think maybe the Bills maybe could have swapped for the Bengals, but like the Chiefs were supposed to be there, and how the season happened, the Eagles and the Niners were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So nothing's kind of low-key, nothing's kind of out of the ordinary. The Bengals, kind of, but like, I mean, they've been playing like crazy. They've won like 9 in a row.
Yeah. I don't think anyone would have predicted them at the beginning of the year, but yeah, they look nice though. Definitely.
Yeah, the Eagles are. I don't know. I'm going with the Eagles. Shout out to you, Zach.
Shout out Zach. So we got Eagles, Bengals in the Super Bowl with the Bengals winning.
No.
I mean the Eagles winning. Excuse me.
But then
I think the Bengals are going to win.
Again, will the Bengals lose 2 Super Bowls in a row?
Yeah.
The Bills did it in the 90s. They lost 4 in a row.
Damn.
Imagine.
Ooh, that's tough.
Imagine going to 4 Super Bowls and losing them all.
That's so tough.
That's pain. Would you rather lose? All right. Your favorite team, would you rather lose 4 Super Bowls in a row or never make the playoffs?
Dude, honestly,
that's
probably never make the playoffs.
Oh, God.
Because that's tough, dude. To get that far and then just never win. It's
It's like, would you rather be known for just bottling the championship or just being a historically terrible franchise?
Yeah, because that gives you something to look forward for.
Like, you know what? Maybe next year.
Yeah. All right, man. We're reaching the end of this. I guess my last question to you is, what's the message to your future self? It might seem a little corny, but I think it'll be good to look back on. This is 150, maybe at 300, to look back on this and like, what are you saying to that guy at episode 300 right now?
That's tough. What is a message to myself
Ending it on a banger.
Yeah, that is a good one. I hope that all this work I'm doing now really pays off to my future self.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, like I tell you this all the time, like I feel like I'm not doing enough. But like, I could always be doing more. I could take care of my body a little better, or like read books or something, but like I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that eventually all this time and effort and what little money I've invested into this, I hope it's paid off into something that I've been able to make all this like my full-time, job, and I'm able to make some really cool shit. I feel like we're already doing some great things, but like I hope that I'm able to help out other people too. That's another like a big thing. Like when I talked to Jordan Smart a few weeks ago, like he's kind of in like the same like realm as us, but like he's like I don't really know how to get like it started. Like he does, like he streams on Twitch and stuff, but like it's not. I was trying to tell him to like be consistent, like just keep doing it and like reach out. Like we all need to like come together. We can't just keep like staying in our little echo chamber and like not collaborating, because like
sure.
putting our brains together, because like it just doesn't work like that. But yeah, I that's my message. Is I hope all this work that I'm doing pays off, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. Well, I hope you're happy. I hope if we're watching this, years later, I hope you're happy. I hope we're both happy that we're successful.
Yeah.
I hope everything's going good for us in life. But yeah, man, I'm proud of you. I want to say as your friend, I'm proud of you for this work you put in, man. Like none of our friends are doing this shit, bro. No one in my life, no one probably, like you work harder than anyone I know, and you are really hard on yourself, but yeah, you work hard as fuck, man, and I'm proud of all the shit you've done, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, man. I think too, on your regard, I'm happy that you're getting, I've always been your biggest, the person always pushing you, bro, just get back on Twitch, Twitch, and just keep doing that shit and keep being a fucking perfectionist with your TikToks too, bro. Cause like, and just I want you to just do more. Like I was telling you, like the last couple months, with the holidays and stuff, whatever, December was, I didn't do a show the whole December, which is whatever. I was still doing TikToks, I started a card channel, but like, I'm like I'm just going, dude, I just have a really good feeling about this year. I feel grown.
Me too.
I feel like I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like,
same.
does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I get it. All of like the throwing shit at the wall is like starting to pay off.
Yes.
Like I kind of know the blend between what I want to hear and what I want to see, what kind of content I want to do, but also kind of what's also going to like stick. There's like a good blend you got to have.
Definitely.
Like you were saying with, I want to do Call of Duty stuff, but I was like, okay, well, what if you do the Zelda shit, and then like you don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be a freaking speed run. Like you can just enjoy the game. And think about if you stumbled across that, literally, what if you just stumbled across a TikTok of someone playing Zelda? You're gonna stop for a few seconds.
For sure.
I see Pokemon, like you were talking about with the mods. There's a randomized mod thing with all the Pokemon in the grass. Like when they come up, it's just like every Pokemon.
That's dope.
And you're like, why is there a Gyarados here? Like,
yeah,
it's just wild. But yeah, this was good. I appreciate your help with all this, man. And let's keep doing some more cool shit. I want to get back into our groove that we were in a few months ago.
Yeah, for sure. We took
which
December
we will.
off to hang out with our family and recollect, but it's time to get back at it for sure.
Yeah, man. Keep at it, bro. Keep at it with the Twitch and stuff. Ellie.
Keep being annoying.
Keep being annoying. 150. 151 is back to regular scheduled programming. It's not going to be all about me. I just got to sit back here and drink my coffee. But, yeah, guys, thanks to all the people who watched this. I'm watching me talk to my camera and in my living room with my dog walking around. She has ADHD, I swear. But, yeah, I'm going to get back into – I want to do some more vlogging and stuff. I'm definitely going to vlog Bonnaroo again, but I just want to do more things. I'm almost at 300 subscribers too. That's kind of weird how that happens. We got a 150 mile marker and then 300 subscribers. I think I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna do some kind of giveaway or something. I did a giveaway for 100, and I sent this guy from Florida, who I found on Instagram, who watched the podcast at one point. I sent him a care package of shit that I'm sure he didn't give a fuck about. But yeah, guys.